Hey guys, how is it going? How are you today? We will play a deck that I haven't seen on the ladder that often in quite a while. That is a Dragon Renolock deck. So we are trying it out today. I'm not sure if it is working. Deck was originally made by Bane. I've changed 2 cards. Was dropping a Corruption and the what else? The second rate Bruiser it was. I dropped in Chillmaw and Shadowflame. I really don't like the Corruption in the deck. That's why we're dropping it. Ysera is going down. We are keeping the Mind Control tag here, and the Reno Jackson should work wonderful against the Shaman. Bane was going to the top 400 legend spot on the ladder with the deck, so it should work out in general, but we will see about that. Opponent starting with the Tunnel Trock. So getting the Twilight Drake here and the Mountain Giant is pretty good. Also we have the Netherspite Historian. That's discovering another dragon, which will help us a lot. Problem with the deck that I'm seeing here is that we have too few dragons. Before I changed in the Chillmaw, there were only 5 dragons in total in the deck. That is not much, so the synergy might not always work. We now have 6 dragons, so a bit higher chance to get there. Definitely starting with another Netherspite Historian here. Hope to find a nice little dragon. Fairy Dragon, Chillmaw, Scaled Nightmare. So let's assume that he's playing... he is probably only dropping 1 unit next turn, so we can't play the Mind Control tag really. We could use a coin here to go into the Twilight Drake. That should work out. I mean, Chillmaw is definitely good against the Shaman, so let's pick the Chillmaw. We have the Reno Jackson, so we should be good until then. Flame Tongue Totem. Yeah, gonna hit that. 5 on the face. Kazakus is also nice. But for now, let's go into the Twilight Drake. That's a 4/7. So even if he's dropping spell, that is not good enough for the Twilight Drake if it's not a Hex. But unlikely that he's using Hex here. Oh, he's using the Hex. Okay. Not dropping another unit. Then we will go... Oh, Mistress is also nice. We're going for the Kazakus here. Getting a 5 mana potion. Yeah, that's good. Fell Bloom. And we will... Probably no need for the extra card draw, and I don't think that we want the demons. Probably just getting the armor to survive longer. So we will be able to clear the whole board. He will push right now 9 damage, but we are still at 18, so we are getting armor back. We are clearing the board, and then we can play the Reno Jackson, if necessary. Who is just going for the face. Could have been a mistake. He might trade with the Totem Golem, because he should expect that we are getting the 4 damage to everything. Well, anyway, I don't care. Definitely not caring for that. So we are back to 16 life. The board is empty. Lost quite a bit of cards here. And because we have the Reno Jackson to heal back for more, that will be working wonderful. Another thing from below. So I would say we are in no need to play the Reno Jackson right now. Let's say the maximum we could push here would be, he could go for Flame Tongue, and that would be 9 damage. And then the spell damage totem, he has 5 mana left. They could kill us. So it might be dangerous to play the Mountain Giant here in the Mistress. Is that too risky? I guess so. Let's try the Reno Jackson. Don't want to die here. Definitely not when we are in such a good position. But I mean, even double lava burst and the thing from below was good enough here because of the spell damage totem. So it should be the right move to play the Reno. Otherwise it is too risky. If that was another totem, not the spell damage one, then probably could have just used the Mountain Giant here and the Mistress. Hailstone Portal. Gonna hit that. We are just dropping the Chillmaw. That will clear everything besides the Totem Golem, which is now also getting buffed by the Young Priestess. So that one is surviving. Now we could also just drop the Mind Control tag. But I mean, normally the Chillmaw is better. If he's keeping one Totem Golem on board, that's good enough. It's only pushing 3 points of damage. He already played 1 Hex, so second Hex is not very likely. Only 3 cards in hand with 19 cards to go. Wow. Great for you. That is amazing. So we're just dropping the Twisting Nether then. If you're sucking so hard, we'll just lose the whole board. Drawing another card here from the Mana Tide Totem. So 2 cards in hand. Twilight Guardian, yeah, that's an excellent. Twisting Nether, clearing everything. And he should have a hard time now to come back. He has lost both things from below. Totem Golems are gone. So the good stuff is already gone. We could just drop the Ysera here. Both Hex are gone. So Ysera is pretty safe. Without any other unit on board besides the Stoneclaw Totem, he has no options to kill the Ysera. Hell no. So he would need now some crazy stuff like a double Lava Burst. Going for a Maelstrom Portal. You should use the Totem first. If you're doing that, use the Totem first, then you can maybe get 3 damage on the Ysera. But shouldn't matter here, we will win anyway. So we are stealing 1 unit with the Mind Control tech. That's only the 1/1 Searing Totem, that's not too great. But again, it doesn't really matter. And we will also draw a card. Keeping the Mistress for now. There's really not a chance for him to come back. If he's developing another nice board, we're just dropping Shadowflame and maybe the Mountain Giant, clearing then the whole board again. Ooh, Leroy Jenkins. So great, you can kill the Twilight Guardian. Great stuff. Lightning Bolt, okay, another 4 points of damage on that. Still living. And he's losing the Blood Mage Thanos. So there's a concede, finally. And the first victory with the Dragon Renolock. Game 2 will be against the Druid. Let's say he's playing Jade Golems. Highly likely. So that could be a problem. We are not using any kind of extra burst, so we're not using the combo with Leroy Jenkins. And then it could mean that we are not able to kill him before the Jade Golems are getting too big. That's definitely a possibility. Might be a weakness of the deck. We're also not running Alexstrada, so we can't push him down to 15 and then kill him. Starting with the Living Roots, so creating 2 small Zaplings. The only chance we get right now is to play the Life Tap. Other than that, there's nothing to play early on. Even next turn, the only card would be the Shadow Bolt, and that is probably not happening. Yeah, especially with only the Shapeshift, so we are just using the Life Tap again. Hoping to find a dragon, then we can go for the Twilight Guardian. Refreshment Vendor, okay, then that is coming. And that's definitely a problem here with the deck. If you are not able to find your dragons at the right time, you're running a bit into problems. Twilight Guardian right now is more or less useless. Luckily we got the Refreshment Vendor, so we can use that. Because the Faceless Shambler, the other 4-drop we have, is also useless right now. He's playing with Jade Golems. That might be very tough. Down to 20. The Enforcer, so again, no dragon. We definitely need to play the Refreshment Vendor. He's not healing, he's still at full life. We at least go back to 24. But in the long run, he will just overcome us with the Jade Golems. In most cases, if we're not getting Bit lucky here with a nice Kazakus potion, for example. That should help us. So he's using the coin here. Going for the Nourish maybe. Would be a possibility. A Druid of the Claw. That is not used in many Jade Golem decks at the moment. And interesting enough, he's hitting the Refreshment Vendor for 1. So it is dying to the Druid of the Claws. But that's not changing much. We weren't able to kill that anyway. He could have been afraid of a Shadowflame, because then we could have cleared the whole board. That might be the reason for that. And I mean, he was right. We had the Shadowflame in hand. So not gonna happen now, but we will play the Blackwing Corruptor here. Let's take out the Root of the Claw. Next turn is definitely time for the Emperor. With a decent, valuable hand. So we could go for the Emperor. Would be nice to have the Lord Jaraxxus as well in the hand. So we might want to wait a bit longer. We will see about that, how the board develops. Okay, there's a Brann Bronzebeard. Inner wait. So will you play the swipe? No, just the Jade Spirit, but then he's not able to kill the Blackwing. Still hitting that again. Just so that the Blackwing is dying here. Interesting. I mean, we still have the Shadowflame. So we might just go for the Dirty Red. And Shadowflaming the Blackwing. It's definitely clearing everything. Even if he's dropping... Let's say if he's dropping an Ancient of War, that is even a 5-5 then, and will die. The Gadgetzan Auctioneer is dying, the Azure Drake. Then what else is there? Yeah, everything should die normally. The only card that is not dying would be an Arcane Giant if he's playing those. Yeah, let's see. That's the Auctioneer, great. We're gonna kill everything. Losing a whole board here. And only 2 cards in his hand. Was definitely hoping to drop the Auctioneer next turn and draw some cards. Yeah, that's also drawing cards. So the Azure Drake. Netherspite Historian. We're definitely dropping the Shadow Bolt here on the Drake. And I also like to draw more cards here, so we will go for the life tap. Currently we have 8 cards in hand, so we will be at 9. Demonwrath, we will play the Netherspite Historian, searching for another dragon, a nice one. Oh yeah, that is nice. Deathwing Dragon Lord. And normally you don't want to drop your whole hand, but in the end, the Deathwing might be very useful. If the Jade Golems are getting too big, that might be our last resort. So let's kill the Drake and 2 in the face. That's definitely our endgame card. If we need the help, the Deathwing is coming. And in most cases, the Druid is not running any sort of single target removal in form of the Mulch. That is in some Jade Golem Druid decks nowadays, but not that often, not that common. So the Deathwing should then be pretty safe if that is coming on the board, especially in the late game when he probably only has Jade Idols in the hand. So then we can just hit him in the face and win. Anyway. So we have currently 9 cards in the hand. We can draw another one here. Siphon Soul and then just drop the Emperor. Getting lots of value from the Emperor. And he's down to 23. So our board is of course way stronger. He has 0 cards on the board. We could just drop more stuff next turn. That is now all getting cheaper. Jade Blossom gives him a 4-4. He's ramping up. Then a 5-5 with the Jade Spirit. Might just use the Siphon Soul on the 5-5, then kill the 4-4. Mind Control tag, yeah, that is helping also a lot. So Faceless Shambler could copy the Emperor, so we have another 5-5 on board. And then also playing the Siphon Soul on the 5-5, I like that. We're getting another value round from the Emperor. So this one. Let's also kill the Jade Spirit. Getting more value out of the Emperor. We still have a decent board. And stuff like the Reno here for 4, that's excellent. Deathwing for 8. If he's dropping too much, then we still have the Mind Control tag. But I mean, you already played double Jade Spirit, so these are out of the way. Still have Aya, there's the swipe. Interesting that he was not using the swipe on the Faceless Shambler. Could have killed everything besides the small dirty rat. There's Lord Jaraxxus. So how should we do that? If we just drop the Enforcer... No need for the Enforcer, I would say, at the moment. Could just kill this unit, of course. Then maybe hit the face. That wouldn't be too bad. Probably drawing another card. Imp Gang Boss it is. So let's use the Bookworm here, killing the 3/6. Let's just go for the face, and we're also dropping the Imp Gang Boss. Down to 18. We are also at 18. If he's dropping another swipe, then the Faceless Shambler is definitely going down. He might hit the face, but more likely is a trade. And if he's going for the face, we can just go for Reno Jackson, back to full life. There's a wild growth though, he's getting another card here to draw. Is there a swipe? Do you have that? There is another swipe, okay. And we're seeing a trade. So no hit on us. Creating another imp here. And the imp is going down. So we have stuff like a Demonwrath though. With that we could just clear the board. But there is no need at the moment, I would say. We have the Kazakus, and I really like to get a small little potion. Taken the 10 cost spell, I definitely want to see some cheaps. That is not happening, we will just get the 3 friendly minions. We might get the Emperor again, that's really great with the Lord Jaraxxus. And no, that is not good. So we're taking the 8 damage, that's definitely killing one of the Jade Golems. Then we will drop the Twilight Guardian here. Drawing another card, and yeah, Mistress is good. We are dropping the Twilight Guardian, the Mistress, and let's just go for the face. Twilight Guardian is good enough to take out this 6/3. We can then drop the Kazakus potion next turn. I mean, in general, he is only spawning 1 or 2 Jade Golems, so that will be a 7/7 and an 8/8. The 8/8 is then dying to the Kazakus potion, so he only has a 7/7 on board. Yeah, that should work out. We could trade into the 7/7 if needed, with the units here on board. And if he's spawning too much stuff, we still have the option to go for the Abyssal Enforcer here and the Demonwrath. Candle stack helm. Yeah, what do you have? Oh, that's another card draw for him. 4 mana to go. Hopefully there's no Jade Idol, that might be painful. Living Roots, okay, he's getting some small saplings here, that is decent. Healing back, shapeshift, okay, he's not getting too much value out of the Fendel. So we could definitely just play the Kazakus potion here, creating a huge board. We could also just play the Abyssal Enforcer and the Demonwrath, for example, or just the Abyssal Enforcer, taking out the Fendel. But I would say dropping the Kazakus potion is way better right now. His board is so weak, we can just kill the Fendel, hopefully creating a huge board. Well, that is not too huge. Definitely not. And we will take out the Zeppelin. Getting another 1/1 imp on board. Would have loved to see the Emperor again. Wild Growth, another card draw for him. Not much left in the deck. 7 cards to go then. We're at 9 currently. There's another Jade Golem, 7/7. And he's killing the Mistress. So, healing back to 24, we are at 22. Ysera is really great. That's for sure. That will give us so much value, especially if he's not able to kill that. 7/7 is not good enough alone. Let's just take that one out. We will push more damage. Yeah, let's do that. Still keeping the 2/6 on the board. With the Imp, we're just hitting the face, he's down to 22. The Ysera can give us a lot of value here if we're getting the right dream cards. Like that, Ysera awakens, that's 5 more damage that we can push on the face. Oh, you're not running the mulch, are you? There is the mulch. Oh, what a shame. So now we have too many cards in the hand. There's the Ancient of War, 5/10, 2 cards to go, 6 cards left in deck. So where's the Raven Idol? Okay, the Ooze is not helpful, not at all. So that's not a problem here. Twilight Drake is currently really good. That's really, really good. We also need to kill the Ancient of War here. We could do that with stuff like the Demonwrath and the Ysera Awaken. That would also clear the Jade Golem. Then we might just drop the Twilight Drake. Only 2 cards in his hand. So that's not too dangerous.
So many possibilities.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's hit it. Hitty hit. We will hit that as well. Then we're going for Ysera Awakens. Demonwrath. Clearing the board. We'll go for the Twilight Drake here. 4/8. And then we probably need to play the Reno Jackson next turn. We're currently at 10. He hasn't played Feral Rage at all. So we'll nourish. 2 cards to go. So we can expect here that he's dropping Jade Idols. That might also be that he's using the Jade Idols into the deck. No, it's only Druid of the Collar, okay. That is not too dangerous. So we could just go for the Abyssal Enforcer. Kill that and dropping the Reno Jackson. We still keep the Drake on the board, even if it's only 1 life, but that's okay. Then the Reno Jackson is healing back to full life. 2 cards to go on his side, well that's not much.
I'm almost out of cards.
If he wants to prevent the fatigue, he needs to give the Jade Idols into the deck. So he can't spawn a Jade Idol this turn if he wants to use that. What is Aya Blackpaw? And you have to see that we have currently 14 damage on board. Okay, he's killing that, drawing another card. Out of cards now. There's the Jade Idol, and he's pushing that back into the deck. Okay. So, but he's taking another 10 points of damage. We have the Lord Jaraxxus, so that would be another 3, and we have then 13 points. Can't kill him though. And we are trying our best here with the Serral. We might find some missing damage.
So many wonderful poisons.
Stealth. Stealth might be good. On the 6/6 here.
How much?
We have 5 cards to go, so we're also dropping the Drake, drawing another card, and let's give this one... Twisting Nether's great. Let's give this one Stealth. And that should be good enough to win. I mean, there's not much destruction left, if all. He only has Jade Idol cards now in the deck. So it should be a victory. Yeah, Drake is not helping you, not at all. You can just spawn more Jade Idols. It's a Feral Rage. So he's taken the 8 armor. Jade Idol spawning around 9/9. So you're killing the 4/4, you're killing the Reno Jackson. That means we have 9 damage on board, and he is currently at 12. So again, we are good enough to kill him. With the Lord Jaraxxus, that will be another 3, and then he's going down. Could also just play a Twisting Nether here, for example, clearing the whole board.
Need a taste?
So the druid is going down and we take another victory.